Hey everybody, I know some people have been having some problems with their hi-hat and their 4 tom or tom 4 actually ghost triggering a lot. I have the settings all set up. I'd like to give a couple of shout outs to some people that actually helped and put together different things and settings. But this is how you're going to actually change the main settings of all of the drum kits that you do. Alright, we're not going to get into the particular drum set settings, but I guess you would say the global settings, as we talk in different programming languages, but it would be like the global of this strike unit. And I'm gonna show you how to get to these settings, because some people have some misconceptions and different things how to do it. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I want to give a shout out to David. He actually has a YouTube channel where he has a couple of more videos on the subject, and actually put a TD20 module on the Strike Pro kit, and and that's a great video to watch as well. Excuse me. And Stormy for helping me out with another setting on here for the hi-hat. But there's also a Facebook group, and I will put all the links to David's channel on YouTube and Drew's Facebook group, because I gotta say, when we need support, who else can we go to sometimes? And it's basically us. So I'll put the links there. I hope to see you guys on the group. I made this video because I didn't want to take away from anybody's thing, so I want to give out the shout outs. And I'm not like the greatest person with video, but anyway, I'm going to try my best here to show you how to do it. And if you have any questions, come in the group and help and ask over there as well, because me getting back to the YouTube video is not going to be that great. But anyway, like I said, go to the group, join the group, and I'm sure you will be accepted into the group, and ask away. All right, and the link will be below the video. So again, shout out to David, Stormy, and Drew. All right, guys, so this is what we got to do. To get to the global trigger settings, right, we have to click on the button here that says trigger. Right, and you can see I'm on the default drum kit, the first one. So it really doesn't matter what you're on, because we're going to do global. Alright, and or for preset and list, just whatever. You get a picture of that all the time. And there's the ghost triggering. It's still happening. So maybe, even though the settings might kind of fix it a little bit, it doesn't 100% fix it. For me, that is. Maybe for you it will. But hopefully, Elisa's heard at the end, near the end of the month, we'll put out another patch to this firmware. So let's just show you how to change all the settings to get different things. Alright, so let's go with the triggers. Now here is whatever's highlighted in blue is what you're going to be changing on this. And you could use the right arrows to go around here, the left arrow on this touchpad here. But the main thing you want to do is actually change, and you can see as I'm rolling this dial here, or whatever it's called, it's changing. So we want to go back to like tom 4 head. And I've already done the changes, so if you look closely, pause the film, and I'll actually post the pictures that David did on the group at the end of the video. So you got 28 for retrigger, 4 for threshold, 28 for sensitivity, crosstalk is 4, threshold is 8, and the 13 is the retrigger. And so far, here and there, I still get a little bit of ghost triggering, but I don't know if it's this tom head or if we go into the rim. So you got two settings. You got the rim and you got the head. Okay? So the tom 4 rim is sensitivity is 3. The crosstalk is 8. The retrigger is 10, and the threshold is 04. I'm thinking maybe we should bump it up somewhere so we're not getting that much. But I've played around with the rim a little bit, and the rim seems to trigger off pretty good with these settings. But again, we're getting the ghost trigger, the ghost triggering. So that's the rim and the tom head, please come to the Facebook group and let us know what's going on. And maybe you have changed the settings and figured it out. That would be great, but please come in. And also, I guess your inputs is piezo and cross, send on O2, and that's for the head. And then for the rim, it would be 05 and piezo. I wouldn't even touch those. I'm not a MIDI guy, so I have no idea what the hell that thing is. I guess you got to change the different channels and different things, so MIDI picks it up. All right, so now let's go into the hi-hat. So again, you could see, actually, if I let me just show you something. So I'm on the rim. So if I start pushing right, you see how you get to here, and now you could use that, or you could use the up and you don't want to use the up and down arrows, but what was my setting here? I forgot already. But anyway, I'll put that back when I'm done. All right, so you can just move the arrow key, okay, and then you go down for these two, right? But you always want to go back to here once you've done all that settings there, because all you'll be doing is spinning these around like crazy, like I just did. It messed up my own settings. All right, I'll put that back anyway. So again, so you go to the Tom 4 head, okay, and you want to get it so that that's in blue, and then you could move your wheel around and change the settings there. All right, so that's 4. You can see how I can. Okay, so I guess this part of the video we'll talk about the hi-hat, and for now I just zoomed in on the main display so you can see what I'm talking about, because I don't think you could see what I'm doing when I had the whole module in the video. So I put the intensity down on the screen a little bit so I could probably record it better. I hope you could all see this. So again, I dialed up over here that I want the hi-hat bow, okay, and then I'm clicking the right arrow to go to the different settings, and the sensitivity on the bow is 50. Now if I move the dial, I'm turning it up, you see, and I'm turning it down. So I want to set this back to 50, then go to the next setting, keep it at 0, which is the crosstalk. Then for the re-triggering, I just click here, and I got to make sure that it's on over here. Re-trigger I set to 12. Again, move the dial, you'll change the number. Easier to use the dial than anything else. Alright, and then the threshold to 5. Now you see here that it says pedal. Alright, I want you to click F1 on your keypad, on the module, click F1. Alright, now you have two settings here, open and closed. And for the open, keep it at 99, and for closed, set it to 90. I haven't used the setting yet, but this is what somebody else told me to do, so for now, in this video, let's set it to 90. Okay? Now over here you got back, that's the F6 key, or button. You want to click that because you can't touch that. Actually, it doesn't touch. It's not a touch screen. So click the F6 key. Okay. And now you have the bow. Now again, you don't want to touch the dial now because you see it's set it on the threshold here. So if you start spinning the dial, try to get back to the hi-hat bow setting, you're just going to be changing this. So let's go quickly back. Just keep going back till you got that highlighted. And now we could change that, move it to clockwise 1, and you got the hi-hat edge. So on the hi-hat edge, we're going to move the button to the right again, alright, and we're going to set the sensitivity to 15, okay, crosstalk to 0, the re-trigger to 14, and the threshold to 10. And again, the pedal is the same setting. All right, so if I clicked F1, go back in, I got the same, two settings. Just click the up and down arrow, spin the wheel, and change that. Okay, so in order to save this, let's basically just click on save, and it just says save settings, and you click on F1, and your settings are stored. Okay, now you can go back out. Now you back out. Now you can power it off and power it back on, and you won't lose your settings, your global settings, that is. Okay, or anything you always want to save. And I'll get to maybe creating a couple of custom kits on another video. That might be a real long video. I'll break it up into parts or something, and then we can just go from there, man. Let's play out and rock on, and jam on and do whatever you got to do, man. I bought this kit just to have some fun, and I'm not really. I used to be, pretty much, player that would go around and play with other bands and go around and have fun at parties and do different things, but getting old, man. So I just bought this kit to not bother my family, but I got this hooked up to 2 amps and I crank it and it freaking sounds awesome. So again, on the other side, I'm sorry, I'm just rambling on, but anyway, if you have any questions, again, join the Facebook group. I hope to see you there, and I hope this video helped you. All right, man, take care.